Well, hello. How are you today? Are you ready to bake? I'm going to share with you my favorite chocolate cake recipe. This is perfect for everything. Cupcakes, regular cake. I make this every single week in the bakery. So remember, I'm always making a larger batch, but I will say the amount of ingredients you need and put those here on the screen. And if I can do any kind of editing, they'll appear right here. Okay, you need half a cup of a regular canola oil, vegetable oil, what have you, and then 2 cups of white granulated sugar. Blend those together, and then we are going to get ready to add our eggs. You will need 2 eggs. Okay, at this point, your mixture should be a pale yellow. Turn your mixer off. We're gonna add a couple of things into the bowl before we mix again so that we don't overbeat our eggs, because we want to keep a nice soft crumb. You will need 1 teaspoon of salt. You can do half a teaspoon, honestly, and I think that would be just fine, because I don't ever like to over salt things. You need a 2-to-1 ratio of baking soda to baking powder. So 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Add that in with 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla and give it all a good mix. Well, now it's time for one of the 2 stars of this show, your cocoa powder. You'll need 3/4 of a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. If you want to make it a darker chocolate cake, Hershey makes a special dark cocoa powder that's great. Ghirardelli also makes one that is amazing. Add this slowly so it gets incorporated and doesn't plume right back up. I speak from experience. All right, at this point, your mixture should be dark, thick, glossy, and it'll probably look a little grainy. That's perfectly fine. Everything will smooth out when we add the last couple ingredients. You need 1 cup of milk. I would recommend 1 or 2% milk, just so you have a little fat. But honestly, anything you have on hand is gonna be fine. And we are going to alternate that with 2 cups of an all-purpose flour. So I like to do a cup of flour, half the milk, the other cup of flour, and the rest of the milk. Get that all nice and mixed, and then we do have 1 more ingredient to add. Do you have all your milk and flour incorporated? Perfect, I knew you did. Okay. So you're probably looking at a really nice batter consistency right now. We're gonna change it a little. You need just under half a cup of hot coffee. This isn't going to make it taste like coffee, but that coffee amps up that chocolate flavor and gives it depth of flavor and a nice punch. You want to keep your mixer on stir, or have your hand mixer, and slowly add it in. This is going to create a thin batter. I know that it's gonna look like it's too watery. It's not, trust me. Just slowly drip it in, let it mix, and it'll come back together. Now, something you want to do with all batters and mixtures, but especially this one, when you pull it off your mixer, make sure that you scrape down the sides and the bottom, because this one I find tends to not all get perfectly incorporated once I add the coffee. So I want to do that so that it's all mixed well. And I'll show you, like I said, this is going to be a thinner batter. It was like really drying. I was like, should it be this thin? It should very easily run off the spatula. I'm going to tell you another pitfall that now you're going to avoid, because I'm telling you the tips. If you're baking cupcakes with this, fill the cupcake liners half full. I know, it doesn't look like a lot. Trust me, this one rises a ton. It's going to bake up. Nice flat tops is going to be perfect. Half full though. If you overfill them, they're going to rise and rise and rise, and then as soon as you take them out of the heat, they're going to sink and you're going to have a hole in the middle. So when you're baking your cakes, fill it with less batter than you would do some of your other batters, and like I said, it'll rise just perfectly. So with like my white cake batter, if I'm doing a 9-inch cake, I'll do about 2¼ cups of batter. For my chocolate, I'll do about 1 3/4, so do about half a cup less, okay? But that's it. It's a delicious, very versatile chocolate cake that is good with any kind of icing. It is absolutely moist and delicious and stays really moist, which I love. So give this a try. It is going to be a great go-to. It's going to be a save. Like I said, I started baking with this one 8 years ago when I started teaching myself to bake, and it is literally still the same one that I make now that I own a bakery. So if you haven't already, make sure you like this video, share, subscribe, save, do all the things, and let me know what other videos you'd like to see in the comments.